Hey, good morning, everybody. I've got to do it a little bit different here. I've got actually a dentist appointment this morning, so I'm actually recording this from home before I head into the dentist in a few minutes. Anyway, hey, it's Monday and April 10. So we are just a few days away from the middle of April. It's amazing, but it looks like a beautiful week. So excited about that. Awesome weather coming up, so looking forward to some fun times outside at recess. Let me just kind of get rolling here. This one's actually a pretty short one. Obviously, this Monday morning message, and then I'm going to do some eligibility. I talked with a few students last week, and so I'll find a couple of other students maybe as needed this week. But just some encouragement, figure out how we can get things kind of organized and go from there. So we got a student shadow today. Welcome to that student. And then we've got a couple more tomorrow. Excited about that. And then pretty normal week this week. We've got again, student shadows tomorrow, not much happening outside the norm on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we have chapel. Mr. Fuller talked to me about wanting to do chapel. So that will be awesome, of course. Looking forward to that. Here's your cleanup crew. You got Lottie, Jacob, Caleb, Jesse, Sean, Callie, and Sam. And then just a couple of calendar deals. A week from today, I will be out for the first few days of next week. I'm on an accreditation visit in Zuni, New Mexico. So every few years, schools, including ours, have to be accredited. Obviously, we're actually accredited by a number of bodies, accrediting bodies. So it requires people to basically volunteer to come down and be a part of that accreditation process and validate, offer recommendations and things like that. So Zuni is west of Rehoboth Christian School, which is 90 some percent Navajo. And Zuni is obviously mostly Zuni. It's about 100 students. It's on a reservation. I think it's actually called Zuni Christian Mission School. So it's really, really cool. And then 16 days from today, so a little over 2 weeks, my son is graduating from Calvin, from college, Calvin University. And so I'll be out for a couple of days at that. Just wanted to let you know about that. A couple more things. Obviously, we've got end of the year details, lots going on here. You can kind of check that out, end of year details. Yearbook photos, big push for that. I'd like to close this down probably by the end of this week. So if you have any photos that are school related, whether from a project or from families at home that took pictures at sporting events or like Wizard of Oz or anything like that, please send those in to the respective emails, and would love to see that populate. So luckily, we've got an organization that's running that for us, but it does require us to give them photos. Otherwise, obviously, the yearbook is a little bit sparse. So anyway, I think that is it for that. So let me stop sharing here. So let me just dive into church for a little bit. So if you remember in chapel on Thursday, we read kind of the story of Easter, just to try and, we read kind of an overview, and then we read some really critical verses. The verses that I read were actually the verses that I read in church yesterday at our Easter service. So that was actually really an honor to be able to do that. So that was cool. So Pastor Joel kind of talked about kind of focused in on the word gardener. If you remember me reading those verses, it talked about Jesus being the gardener. And so the idea there is that Earth, right? God created this incredible planet for us, but Jesus's job is to tend to the soil, right? Think of a gardener; they're out pulling weeds and making sure the sun is right and they have the right amount of water, and right, they're kind of taking care of all that. Well, that's Jesus's job here. And you think of of God's creation as the garden. So Jesus's job is to tend to the garden, okay? Meaning earth. So what now Jesus is saying is he is inviting us to tend to that soil with him. Now, does God need us to tend to the soil? No, not really. But in some cases he does, right? So what responsible stewardly, right? Stewardly acts can we do that is our role in tending to the soil. So Jesus is inviting us to be co-laborers, to join in the tending of the soil, of earth, of our peers, of our classmates, of our friends, of our family. And so that's all part of the creation. That's all part of the garden. And so Jesus says, come alive, right? The stone was rolled away. The tomb is now empty. Praise God. How amazing is that? And so now Jesus is alive, and now through us, through us and with us, Jesus is tending to the soil. So that's kind of part of our job. So anyway, I hope that makes a little bit of sense. But that was kind of the takeaway. I hope I represented that well, Pastor Joel. So anyways, a wonderful service. And it was just, it was a fantastic reminder. So anyway, blessings to you all. I'll see you later on this morning. I've got, once I'm wrapped up with my dental stuff, I will see you in school. Love you all. Take care. Bye.